All right, Mr. Ahmed here for section 3.4. Our goal today is to graph linear equations in standard form. And essentially our question is just how do I graph a linear equation? So the standard form is when we see the equation in ax plus by equals c in this manner. So x is going to be a variable, y is going to be a variable, and a, b, and c are real numbers. And a and b both can't be 0, because if a and b were both 0, we would have no x, we'd have no y. So the first thing we're going to look at is graphing vertical lines and horizontal lines. Now this is commonly forgotten, yet it's fairly straightforward. All right, so we graph a vertical line if we just have x equals a number. That's a vertical line, so it goes straight up and down. All right, x equals. We go left and right for x and then have to go straight up, straight down, because it's always that value. Horizontal lines come in the form y equals a number, and we would go up or down for y and then go straight across for a horizontal line. So those need to be recalled. So our first one, backing up just 1 second here. The reason why we forget these is after we see a whole bunch in the form with x and y, then we forget, well, it just has y equals. What do I do? It just says x equals. What do I do? Keep it simple. X equals, y equals, vertical line, horizontal line. So our first one says just y equals -2. So y equals is a horizontal. All right, I might repeat myself here, but I had to splice 2 videos. So like we said, y equals is a horizontal line. So I want to identify if it's horizontal or vertical first. So horizontal goes across left to right, and our value of y is -2. So if y is -2, I have to go down 2 because it's negative, and then I would just draw my horizontal line at -2 because y is always -2. At this horizontal piece, the y value never changes. Now our next one says x equals a number. So if we see x equals a number, that is a vertical line. So we'll go over to 3.5 for x. 1, 2, 3.5, get it close. And it just stays there, and the vertical lines go straight up and down. We have graphed our 2 lines. So x equals vertical, y equals horizontal. Moving on to our standard form piece here, and we are going to graph some lines that are going to go more diagonally. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So before I do that, I want to identify what the x-intercept is. The x-intercept is the place where graph crosses the x-axis. Okay, so it's the place where the graph crosses the x-axis. Now keep in mind the x-axis goes left and right, so it's going to cross somewhere on here, so left and right. Our y-intercept, abbreviated, is place where graph crosses the y-axis. Okay, so our y-axis is the one that goes up and down, and our graph's going to cross it somewhere there. So it'll look something like a horizontal or a diagonal line going left to right or right to left, up and down. It'll just vary. So for us to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, we are going to use the formula based off standard form. The x-intercept is equal to, I'm going to say x-intercept is equal to c over a. The y-intercept is equal to c over b. Now, where are these numbers coming from? They're coming from standard form. So c is by itself in standard form. It's just going to be a number. So in this case, c is 6. A is the number next to the x, so that's the coefficient of x. And b is the coefficient or the number next to the y. All right, so before I start this process, I'm going to identify what a is, what b is, and what c is. So when I look at the standard form, well, number next to the x, that's a. Number next to the y, that's b. And the constant, the number by itself, is c. So for me to find the x-intercept, I just need to take 6 over 4. And 6 divided by 4, we'll take a decimal for that. That is 1.5. The y-intercept is c over b. So in this case, c is still 6, and b is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So now I have my x-intercept and my y-intercept. So I'll plot the x-intercept first. 1.5 is right 1.5, and the y-intercept is 2, so I have to go up 2. From here, I will take out a straight edge and draw a straight line. And I was not wise, and I did not take out a straight edge ahead of time, so I had to dig one out. Sorry about the noise. And my straight edge will go here, and I will connect my 2, and it keeps on going. So we have graphed our first line that wasn't just vertical or horizontal. Next example, again, we're going to identify A, B, and C. So 2x, so that's A. B, the constant by itself. The x-intercept is found by taking c over a, and the y-intercept is c over b. Okay, so c over a, 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, 15 over 2, 7.5. Y-intercept, c over b, is 15 over negative 5, which is negative 3. So now I can plot my 2 points, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Get this graph a little bit closer here. There we go. So x-intercept, right, 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Got it. Y-intercept is negative 3, so down 3 from the origin. 1, 2, 3. 2 separate points. Take out my straight edge and connect, and we will have graphed our second line. So realistically, for this process, we just need to memorize the formula to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. X-intercept, c over a. Y-intercept is c over b. Have a good day.